guys, how's it going? Welcome to this lesson. I just want to show you guys this riff because it's a kind of riff that's really easy to change it. So like if you play it how it is, how I'll show you in the tab, if you just move everything down a fret it will sound different, and if you move it down a fret again, everything down a fret again, it will sound different again. It's just the same as long as you keep the spaces of the notes like the same. So as long as you play what it is but just start it from a different place, you'll be able to have like different versions of it. So there's literally like 24 different versions of it, and what it is like songs are written in a key. So it's like there's 12 notes that we have on a guitar, but then people pick like 7 notes, like groups, like there's lots of different groups, like lots of different keys. Keys are different groups that we write songs in, and they contain 7 notes, usually the most common ones. And if you write a riff in a key, it's in that key, and then if you move everything down a fret, you change its key, right? So that's why you can actually have different versions, because there's 12 different like different variations of keys within a type of key. So say you've got like major keys and there's 12 of those groups, there's minor keys, there's 12 of those groups, there's major pentatonic, there's 12 of those groups, blah blah blah. But what I'm saying is, I mean, I'm pretty sure this was written in like a major key, and there's 12 major groups, which is why when you shift it down it changes to a different, like it's as if you wrote it in a different group. And the reason why I'm saying there's like 24, because you can shift it up an octave and it still sounds different, because you can play it like from down here or like from up here. So that's sort of why this happens. But yeah, just learn it on the tab. And my advice to you is, you can kind of see that there's like, you've got this like initial sort of shape here, and then you've sort of got this one that you've got to go to, and you don't really move, and you can sort of see this sort of length that you've got here, and then the next part is just from just below this finger, so it's like and then you can kind of see where you started from before, so you go back up. So that's kind of how I don't get lost when I'm playing the riff itself, because it's just then like down to where this finger is. So you sort of got like this little area and this little area, and then you sort of got all this as a whole. So you're sort of in this sort of over on this sort of side, and then you go down to here, and then you can still see where you started. Like that basically. So then when you sort of change it, you can just go anywhere. Just so I'm just going to pick here, so same shape, and then you know that you've got to go sort of like down here and then back up to where you were. So you just play the exact same shapes and notes apart, but you just started on a different place. I find it's easier higher up because the frets are thinner. You know, so the space is more narrow, but down there it's quite wide, so it's easier to actually mess up the riff down there, but whatever. Yeah, you can just pick anywhere you want, as long as you play the riff right. I'll play the riff wrong. See that, like I messed it up. You know, you still got to play it correct. So you can even like maybe find a version of it that's your favourite, and then you just play that one or whatever. But it's cool because it gives you, I mean, I gave you a little insight into like sort of changing keys and stuff. If you ever look into changing keys, like a lesson on that, you'll hear similar things to what I explained, and then it's a nice riff, and then you've got tons of ways of playing it. So yeah guys, have fun with that. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you very much for watching, take care, God bless. Check out my album, I put a lot of time into it and it's really good, everyone absolutely loves it. Take care.